They want to propose. But God's twist will leave you in tears, my beloved soul. There are moments in life when our hearts feel like they are about to burst with hope and anticipation. Today, I want to take you on a journey, a story that feels like it's both real and magical, a story about love, destiny, and the mysterious ways in which life guides us. There was a young man, filled with excitement and nervous energy, who had been dreaming about this moment for months. He had been planning, imagining, and rehearsing every word he would say. He wanted to propose to the love of his life, the person who had made his world brighter, warmer, and more complete. Every detail mattered to him: the flowers, the perfect location, the words that would express all that he felt. Nothing could go wrong, or so he thought. Meanwhile, she, the woman of his dreams, had no idea what was coming. She had always believed in fate, in signs from the universe, and in little hints that life sends when you're meant to notice them. She had been waiting for a moment of clarity, a sign that everything was aligning, and today, without knowing it, the universe was about to deliver. The young man arrived at the place where he had decided to propose. It was a quiet, serene spot near a lake, the kind where the water mirrors the sky and the trees sway softly with the wind. He checked his pocket once more, feeling the weight of the ring that he had chosen with so much love. His heart raced. What if she said no? What if something went wrong? But the universe has its own plans, my beloved soul. As he was about to kneel and speak the words he had rehearsed 1,000 times in his mind, a small incident occurred. A little girl ran past them, laughing, holding a tiny bird that had just fallen from a nest. The bird flapped its wings helplessly, and the girl looked around, worried, until her eyes met theirs. It was a simple, small moment, but it caused him to hesitate. His mind, always focused on his plan, suddenly noticed the fragility of life, the beauty of the small things that often go unnoticed. Then, as if guided by some invisible hand, she looked at him with eyes full of wonder and concern. She noticed the hesitation, the pause in his usual confident demeanor. And in that instant, my beloved soul, something changed. He realized that proposing in this moment, as perfect as he had imagined it, was not just about the words or the ring. It was about sharing a life, about being present in every little twist, every little challenge, and every tiny miracle. He looked into her eyes, and the words that had been rehearsed melted away. Before he could speak, she said something unexpected. Do you ever feel like life has a way of showing us what's truly important, just when we think we're ready for everything? His heart skipped a beat. Those words, simple as they were, carried a weight that no ring could ever convey. She was speaking not just to him, but to the moment, to the universe, and to the invisible hands guiding their story. And then, as if on cue, a sudden gust of wind carried the little bird back into the sky. It was free, soaring, alive. In that very instant, he understood that love, true love, is not about perfect timing. It is about embracing life's unexpected turns, about holding each other's hands through uncertainty, and about trusting that even when the world seems to delay your dreams, it is preparing a twist that will make your story unforgettable. He knelt before her, not with the rehearsed speech, but with a heart wide open. "I don't have the perfect words," he said, his voice trembling. "But I know one thing. I want to be with you, through every unexpected twist, every surprise, every moment that life gives us." Tears welled up in her eyes. She reached for his hands and held them tightly. "I've been waiting for this, but not like I imagined. I've been waiting for this moment, yes, but also for the realization that life's twists are what make love real. I want to be with you too, through everything, no matter how it comes." And in that serene spot by the lake, my beloved soul, something miraculous happened. They didn't need a grand speech, a perfectly timed proposal, or even the ideal setting. What they had was a divine twist, a moment orchestrated by God, that reminded them that life's unpredictability is where true love finds its strength. Sometimes, my beloved soul, we are so focused on how things should happen that we miss how they are meant to happen. This young man had planned a perfect proposal, but God had a better plan, a plan that taught them both the value of patience, presence, and trust in the journey. The tears in their eyes were not just tears of happiness. They were tears of understanding, of gratitude for the invisible forces that guide us, of humility in realizing that love is not just about us, but about the universe conspiring to bring two souls together in the right way. As they walked away from the lake, hand in hand, my beloved soul, they knew that this story would be one they would tell for years. Not because it followed a perfect plan, but because it revealed the depth of life's mysterious ways. Love, after all, is not just about holding someone close, it's about sharing every twist, every surprise, and every tear along the way. And this, my beloved soul, is the beauty of God's twist. Sometimes what we think is an obstacle, a delay, or a small interruption is actually a sign that something far more profound is unfolding. It is a reminder that we are not in control of everything, and that's okay. Life, in its infinite wisdom, knows how to bring the right hearts together at the right time, even if it makes us wait, even if it surprises us, even if it leaves us in tears of both joy and awe. The young man and the woman walked together, feeling the warmth of each other's presence, the lightness of having trusted the moment, and the deep peace that comes from surrendering to life's divine rhythm. And as they disappeared into the horizon, my beloved soul, the world around them seemed a little brighter, a little fuller, a little more alive. Because sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are not the ones we plan. They are the ones life plans for us, with all its unpredictable twists, gentle nudges, and small miracles that lead us exactly where we are meant to be. And remember, my beloved soul, in your own life, when you are waiting for a proposal, a sign, or a dream to come true, trust in the timing of the universe. What may seem like a delay or a twist might just be God preparing a moment that will leave your heart full and your eyes wet with tears of gratitude. My beloved soul, never forget this. The beauty of love is not just in the promise of forever, but in the journey, the twists, the surprises, and the silent, miraculous moments that reveal how perfectly life can guide us when we are ready to surrender to its mystery. My beloved soul, after that magical moment by the lake, life seemed to take on a new rhythm for them. Every step they took together felt lighter, yet heavier with meaning. The air itself seemed charged with possibility, as if the universe had left a subtle reminder in every gentle breeze, that love, when true, always finds its way. They returned to their daily lives, but something had changed. Even in ordinary moments, like sharing morning coffee or walking down familiar streets, the weight of that moment lingered. It wasn't just about a proposal or a ring anymore. It was about understanding the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. Every glance, every touch, every word became an acknowledgement of the bond they shared, one that life had patiently shaped through small, unseen twists. Yet, my beloved soul, life rarely allows love to unfold without testing its strength. The days that followed brought subtle challenges, unexpected work pressures, family obligations, small misunderstandings that grew in the silence of unsaid words. They could have allowed these tiny cracks to shake their bond, but the twist God had prepared was still at work, shaping their hearts, teaching them patience, resilience, and the power of unwavering trust. One evening, the young man received a call from someone he hadn't spoken to in years, a friend who had moved far away. The conversation began lightly, with laughter and shared memories, but soon it veered into something unexpected. The friend confessed feelings that had never been shared before, feelings that were confusing and unsettling. The young man felt a surge of uncertainty. Was his path of love truly as clear as he thought? Could the emotions of the past disrupt the certainty of what he felt now? Meanwhile, she, sensing something was off, reached out gently. Her intuition, my beloved soul, was sharper than he realized. She didn't demand answers or explanations. She simply offered space, presence, and understanding. And in that, the true twist unfolded, not an external obstacle, but a lesson in trust, in seeing love not just as a fleeting moment, but as a bond capable of withstanding uncertainty. Days passed, and the tension weighed heavily on him. He questioned himself, his heart, and his decisions. But one quiet night, as he walked alone beneath the stars, he felt a calm wash over him. It was as if a whisper from beyond told him that the challenges, the doubts, and the unexpected calls were part of the journey. They were not meant to derail him, but to prepare him for a deeper connection, one built on courage, faith, and the willingness to face life's unpredictability together. The next morning, he shared everything with her, not hiding a single detail, not softening the edges of fear or doubt. And my beloved soul, that moment of vulnerability became a cornerstone of their love. Instead of creating distance, it forged a stronger connection. Her eyes glistened with tears, but these were not tears of sadness, they were tears of recognition, of gratitude for a love that could survive uncertainty, and for a heart willing to be open even when shaken by life's unexpected turns. Then came the day when the ultimate twist revealed itself. They had planned a quiet evening at home, hoping to simply enjoy each other's company. But fate, ever playful, had other ideas. A sudden downpour trapped them indoors. They watched as the rain poured against the windows, creating a rhythm that seemed to echo their emotions. Instead of frustration, they found laughter. Instead of disappointment, they found intimacy. Each moment, from the drip of water on the roof to the scent of wet earth carried into their home, became part of a story that was unfolding in ways no plan could ever predict. In that cozy space, they discovered something extraordinary. They didn't need grand gestures or carefully arranged moments anymore. Every shared glance, every quiet conversation, every moment of patience and understanding became a declaration of love. They realized that life's twists were not obstacles. They were invitations. Invitations to grow, to understand, to embrace the unexpected and see the divine hand guiding them through every surprise, every detour, and every unexpected challenge. My beloved soul, it is in these moments of unpredictability that the true nature of love emerges. Not in perfection, not in flawless plans, not in speeches or rings, but in the ability to hold space for each other when life doesn't go as expected. When the world shifts, when the unexpected arrives, when tears threaten to fall, this is when love shows its strength, its depth, and its divine purpose. And as the rain slowed and the sky cleared, they stepped outside together, feeling the freshness of the world, the promise of tomorrow, and the quiet miracle of having navigated life's twists together. They knew that the proposal they had imagined was just the beginning. The true proposal was life itself, asking them to trust, to surrender, to embrace every surprise, and to love with hearts fully open, no matter what came their way. So, my beloved soul, remember this: when you are waiting for love, for a proposal, or for a dream to arrive, it is not the timing of your plan that matters. It is the readiness of your heart to embrace life's surprises, the courage to trust in the unseen, and the willingness to see beauty even in challenges. Sometimes, the twists that bring tears are the very twists that prepare the greatest joys. And in that journey, they found not only each other but also themselves, stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected than ever before. Every obstacle, every doubt, every unexpected moment had been a thread in the tapestry of their love, weaving a story that was richer, deeper, and infinitely more beautiful than anything they could have imagined. They learned that love is not a destination, it is a journey of twists, of patience, of trust, and of unwavering presence. And every tear, every moment of uncertainty, every divine twist, was a reminder that life is always preparing us for something greater than we can see, something more profound than we can plan, and something far more beautiful than we can imagine. The young man and the woman walked into their future hand in hand, knowing that whatever twists awaited them, whatever surprises life had in store, their love had been tested, shaped, and strengthened by every divine interruption along the way. And my beloved soul, that is the true miracle of love, the way it transforms us, guides us, and reminds us that life's unexpected turns are often the most meaningful moments of all. My beloved soul, life, as it often does, continued to unfold with its gentle yet powerful rhythms. The young man and the woman had learned that love was not just about perfect moments, it was about embracing the imperfect, the unexpected, and the unplanned. But just when they thought they understood the depth of life's lessons, another twist arrived, one that would test their hearts and their trust in ways they had never imagined. It began with a message, simple and seemingly ordinary, yet it carried a weight that neither of them could ignore. It was from someone close to the young man's past, a person who had once been part of his life in a significant way. The message was not demanding or threatening, but it stirred memories and emotions he had long thought settled. My beloved soul, you can imagine the flood of feelings, nostalgia, curiosity, and a quiet anxiety that whispered, "What if this changes everything?" He showed the message to her, unsure of what to expect. Her response was not anger, not suspicion, but calm and quiet understanding. "Life sometimes sends reminders of the past," she said softly. "It's not meant to confuse us, but to show us how far we've come." Her words, simple as they were, grounded him. They reminded him that love, true love, is not fragile. It does not crumble under the weight of old memories or unexpected interruptions. Instead, it grows stronger, deeper, more resilient, when met with patience, trust, and honesty. And then, my beloved soul, something beautiful happened. They realized that the twists of life were not meant to separate them but to unite them even more. Every challenge, every unexpected message, every moment of doubt was an opportunity to reaffirm their commitment, not just to each other, but to the journey they were sharing. They began to see that God's twists, though sometimes leaving hearts trembling, were actually gifts. Gifts that guided them toward greater understanding, deeper empathy, and a love that could weather any storm. One evening, as they sat together watching the sun set behind the distant hills, they shared their deepest fears, their secret hopes, and their quiet dreams. It was not a conversation they had planned, but one that life had orchestrated. They spoke of mistakes, regrets, and moments of insecurity, and with every word, they felt lighter, freer, more connected. My beloved soul, this is where love becomes sacred. Not in grand gestures, but in the courage to be seen, fully and completely, by another soul. And just when they were beginning to feel the calm of this newfound understanding, the ultimate twist arrived. A family emergency, sudden and urgent, demanded their attention. It was not threatening, but it required them to act, to make decisions, to navigate uncertainty together. My beloved soul, these are the moments that test love, that reveal its true nature. It is easy to love when the world is calm, when the sun is shining and the path is smooth. But true love shows its strength when the unexpected knocks, when life demands action, patience, and unwavering trust. They faced the challenge hand in hand, not just as lovers, but as partners in every sense of the word. Each decision, each act of support, each gesture of care became a testament to the bond they had nurtured. They saw, in that shared struggle, the beauty of a love that does not rely on circumstances, but on the depth of connection, the courage of hearts willing to face the unknown together. And then, my beloved soul, came the most profound moment of all. After the emergency had passed, after the tears and the sleepless nights, they found themselves alone in the quiet of the night. The world outside seemed still, as if holding its breath in anticipation. He took her hands in his, and for the first time, he spoke words not rehearsed, not planned, but born from the very essence of his soul. "I wanted to propose in a perfect moment," he said, his voice steady despite the tremor of emotion, "but I've realized there is no perfect moment. There is only this moment, now, with you, after everything life has thrown at us, after every twist, every challenge, every unexpected turn. I want to spend my life with you, not just in joy, but in every twist that comes our way. Will you walk with me through it all?" Tears filled her eyes, my beloved soul. She had dreamed of love, of proposals, of promises, but never like this. Never so real, so raw, so beautifully unpolished. She nodded, words failing her, and in that silence, 1,000 promises were made. Not promises of perfection, but promises of presence, of resilience, and of love that embraces life's every twist. And in that quiet, sacred moment, the final twist revealed itself. A small envelope, unnoticed until now, had fallen from the mailbox onto the doorstep. Inside was a letter, long forgotten, from someone who had once been part of his journey. The letter did not carry demands, regrets, or burdens, it carried blessings. It spoke of hope, forgiveness, and the belief that love, when true, always finds its way. My beloved soul, it was as if the universe itself had written these words, as if God had sent this gentle reminder that love, in its purest form, is guided, protected, and always returned to the right hands at the right time. They read the letter together, holding each other close, and felt a wave of gratitude that left them speechless. In that moment, they understood something profound: life's twists, no matter how confusing, frustrating, or tearful, are never meaningless. Every challenge, every delay, every unexpected turn is part of a divine narrative, one that leads hearts to the place they are meant to be. And so, my beloved soul, they embraced the truth of their journey. They learned that love is not about the proposal, not about the ring, not about a single moment frozen in time. Love is about walking through life together, through every twist, every challenge, every tear, and every unexpected blessing. It is about trusting that life, God, and the universe are always guiding us toward what we are truly ready to receive. They looked at each other, not with the eyes of expectation, but with the eyes of understanding. They saw the twists, the trials, the delays, and the miracles that had shaped them. They saw the journey that had brought them here, a journey far richer than any plan, far more beautiful than any rehearsal, far more meaningful than any imagined moment. And my beloved soul, in that shared glance, they knew, this is love. Real, enduring, and divinely guided. Not a love of perfection, but a love that thrives in imperfection. Not a love of convenience, but a love that grows stronger through challenge. Not a love of chance, but a love orchestrated by forces far greater than themselves, leading them, step by step, twist by twist, toward a future full of hope, faith, and joy. As they held each other close that night, the stars above seemed to shine a little brighter, the air felt a little lighter, and the world itself seemed to acknowledge the beauty of their journey. They had wanted a perfect proposal, my beloved soul, but God had given them something far greater, a love that could endure, a bond that could weather any twist, and a story that would leave their hearts forever full and their eyes forever wet with tears of gratitude. My beloved soul, as the days passed, the young man and the woman found that their love had deepened beyond anything they had imagined. Each twist, each challenge, each unexpected turn had become a thread in the tapestry of their shared life. They realized that the proposal was not just an event, it was the journey itself, the laughter, the tears, the surprises, and the divine moments that made their bond unbreakable. Life continued to test them, as it always does, but with every test, their connection only grew stronger. They faced minor disagreements, stressful days, and moments when the future seemed uncertain. Yet, in each of these moments, they remembered the lessons of the past, patience, trust, and the understanding that love is not about control, but about faith, faith in each other and in the journey that life has planned. One evening, my beloved soul, they sat together on a quiet porch, the sky painted with hues of pink and orange. The world around them seemed to pause, giving space for reflection, for gratitude, for quiet awe. The young man took her hand, and without a single word, they felt the weight and the beauty of everything they had experienced together. Every twist, every tear, every miraculous moment had led them here, to this perfect, imperfect, real moment. She turned to him, eyes glistening, and said, "I used to dream of love like in the stories, my beloved soul, but now I see, love is not in stories. It's in every twist that brought us here. It's in every tear that taught us patience. It's in every challenge that made us stronger. And it's in you, right here, right now." He smiled, tears threatening to fall, and whispered, "I wanted a perfect proposal, a perfect plan, a perfect moment, but God's twist showed me something far greater. Love is not perfect, it's alive, unpredictable, and divine in ways we cannot always see. And I want to walk through it all with you, every twist and turn, every joy and every challenge." My beloved soul, it was then that they realized the true meaning of their journey. The proposal, the ring, the plan, they had all been guides, signposts pointing to the real gift, the love that had been quietly growing, strengthened by faith, patience, and the gentle guidance of the universe. And just as they embraced the full understanding of their bond, another small miracle appeared, a letter arrived, simple and unassuming, from someone they had long respected. It was not about them directly, but its message resonated deeply. Life has a way of preparing the heart. Trust the journey, and you will find love that is beyond what you can imagine. My beloved soul, it was as if the universe itself had sealed their understanding, affirming that every twist, every delay, and every challenge had been necessary to prepare them for this extraordinary love. In that moment, the young man took a deep breath, and with a voice full of emotion and certainty, he knelt once more, not because he needed a perfect setting, but because he wanted to honor what life had taught them. "Will you continue this journey with me?" he asked. "Not just today, not just tomorrow, but through every twist that life gives us? Will you be my partner, my love, my everything?" Tears streamed down her face, my beloved soul, but they were tears of pure joy, gratitude, and awe. She nodded, words failing her, because sometimes words are too small to contain the magnitude of a heart fully surrendered to love. And in that moment, with no grand plan, no perfect speech, only the raw truth of their hearts, they embraced. The universe had indeed worked its quiet, divine magic. A proposal was meant to mark the beginning of a love story, but life's twists had shown them that love is not a single moment, it is the culmination of every tear, every challenge, every blessing, and every twist that guides two souls together. They walked forward hand in hand, my beloved soul, ready for whatever the future held. Every step was a testament to the strength of their bond, the beauty of patience, and the power of surrendering to life's divine timing. They had wanted a proposal, but what they received was far more profound, the understanding that love guided by faith and patience becomes unshakable, unbreakable, and eternal. So, my beloved soul, remember this in your own life: the twists, the delays, the unexpected moments, they are not obstacles. They are divine signs, preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. Trust in the timing, trust in the journey, and above all, trust in the love that is waiting for you, guided by forces you may not always see, but which are always working in your favor. And as you walk through life, embracing every twist and every turn, know that love has a way of finding those who are ready, hearts who are patient, and souls who are willing to trust the journey. It may bring tears, my beloved soul, but those tears are not of sorrow, they are of joy, gratitude, and awe at the divine beauty of life's unfolding story. And finally, my beloved soul, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.